Breaking news, we're watching anti-Trump protests again across the country tonight. Washington to Minneapolis, as President-elect's team is working to fill roughly 4,000 jobs within his administration. That's a Herculean task. They don't have much time to do it. He's going to be meeting with his transition team tomorrow. And the top priority is the 800 jobs that require security clearance. Out front tonight, a man who has been working since long before Election Day on Trump's national security team. The former chairman of the House Select Committee on Intelligence, Mike Rogers, also national security commentator and host of the CNN original series Declassified. And Congressman Rogers, good to talk to you again. It's been about 41 hours since the seismic event that so few expected. Donald Trump is the next president of the United States. You've been working with the Trump team for a long time before Election Day, but take me inside the room for these 41 hours. What has this been like for you?
Well, can't take you too far into the room, Aaron, but what I can tell you is this. This was very professionally run. I saw some early reports that, oh no, they don't have a transition team, they weren't engaged in it. This was very separate from the campaign. If Trump was up 10 points or down 50 points, it never mattered. All of the metrics of putting together a professional transition was underway since about August. And so the election came. I think there were some surprises for the folks on the transition team, thinking it was a day that we were going to hand in our gear, and instead it turned around. Here's the good news. All of that preparation had already happened up to Election Day. So the surprise in the election didn't change that. So President-elect Trump is going to get a full and robust package, everything from national security to economics to all of it, including, by the way, pre-vetting of individuals that they believed could fill some of these important jobs so that he can get up and running and make sure that the country is taken care of. And I will tell you, the Obama administration has been very professional. They took the model from George W. Bush and said, we want to duplicate it, and they've lived up to that. A very professional transition to make sure that the change, the handoff of the baton is good for America at the end of the day. So that part has been really refreshing and gives you faith, I think, a little bit in the country.
Now, in an area, of course, that you know all too well, ISIS, al-Qaeda terrorists, they've been celebrating Donald Trump's victory on web forums, saying it will bring disasters to the United States on social media. What's your reaction when you hear that?
Fill in the candidate that would have won. Either one they're going to do this. Remember, in the terrorist realm, they're getting really good at psychological operations using social media. So I would discard it pretty much immediately. There'll be a change. I'm sure there's going to be a change in strategy for sure and for certain when it comes to targeting ISIS. But that effort is really try to get into America's head and our allies in Europe. So I think you got to shrug that off like you would shrug anything else off, Aaron. And remember, they have a goal here. They're trying to disrupt. They're trying to cause a little questioning. They're trying to cause a little disruption. We ought not to let them do it.
So let me just ask you quickly. Barbara Starr is saying that if Trump gave the illegal order, of course, which it would be if he ordered waterboarding to some generals, they would force the president-elect to fire them. They can't resign. Is he ready to do that, to fire a general who would not comply with that order?
It's so purely speculation, and that's so early. Yep. He's going to get in. He's going to get lots of briefings. He's going to understand what his options are. He's going to understand what his legal options are. I have no indication, not even a little bit, that he's going to go outside of the bounds of his legal boundaries. I think that's all campaign speculation. I dismiss it. This is a president who's come in and said, I want professionals in all of these places. They've done that. There is this professional transition. He's going to get professional advice. Okay. I think he's going to take it.
And very quickly before we go, FBI special agent for 5 years. You are respected on both sides of the aisle. A lot of people are saying you could be up for a top job. Say CIA director. Would you take it if offered, Congressman?
I can't even. Wouldn't even hesitate to bother to speculate. We've got a pretty important job of making sure that this president is ready to govern on January 21st. The whole focus of the transition team is that, really, honestly, nothing more.
All right, Congressman Rogers, I appreciate your time. Good to talk to you tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you.